Hey, welcome to the Social 333 podcast. I'm your host, Chris Bentley. Today, my guest is Neetu Rishi.
Mhm.
Did it the first time. I'm proud of myself. The former Mrs. India Universe. How did you end up getting that?
It's a long story. My height is 5'1", but my confidence is 6'2". And it started with when someone saw my picture on Facebook and said, "Hey, why don't you do pageants?" I said, "Come on, my height is 5'1". Pageantry is for someone who's tall, zero size, and I'm above 40, so it's not my cup of tea." They said, "No, you should try it. You are so confident." And just as an experiment, I went there, but I did not win. I was not in top five. But then it became like a challenge for me that let me see my strength, let me unleash my potential. I kept doing it once, twice, thrice. The fifth time, finally, I won this title, Mrs.
Wow, that's
India
awesome.
Universe.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Uh huh. So, my name is Neetu Rishi. I call myself a passionpreneur because I converted my passions into a thriving business. People think that it's a hobby or a side hustle, but no, it's my full time business. I run two businesses. The first one is the Success Store, it's a coaching academy for youth and adults. And the second one is Fly Showcase. Fly means first love yourself. Again, it's all about self confidence, but using the platform of modeling and pageantry. So I think that's what I do.
Talk to me a little bit about the Fly Showcase because I was
Uh-huh.
actually really interested. You have
Uh-huh.
season 5 now?
Yes, season 5 just happened in April.
Wow.
So Fly, when I participated in pageantry, I came across a girl who, um, in spite of her good height, beauty, she did not won, and she started living with a self doubt. From there, one day I thought, how about I train the people in this field of pageantry, not just to win, but also accept the failures and build that self confidence. And the first one I did in 2020 with 17 models, it became a success. People loved the concept. And then every year I just kept exploring, challenging myself. Now, the uniqueness about this is it happens once a year in April. We raise the funds for any one charity that I love to work with. And then it's a theme based. For example, last year the theme was Met Gala. So all the designers who participated, they created outfits which look like extravagant. One year we did Bollywood big fat wedding
Oh,
style.
cool.
This year the theme was five elements of universe. So it's a theme based, but the models, aspiring models, get to experiment their modeling the first time because I coach them, give them a stage exposure.
I see that you made it to Times Square. Is it, like, on TV as well? You're getting exposure that way or
Uh-huh.
YouTube or
Everywhere, wherever
really?
digital
Wow.
presence and all, we feature them on billboards. We partner with magazines because that's what the models want,
Right,
not just a fashion show. They need that portfolio building.
right.
That's what I help
Wow.
them on.
And then you going international as well?
Yes, this year we are going to Paris.
Wow. Very cool.
We partnered with Paris Fashion Week this year, so it's
Wow.
happening in October, taking 12 of my models there.
To Paris? Wow,
Yes.
wow. That's really cool. How do you end up getting, like, the models? Do you have, like, a model search? Do you have
Mhm.
is it different levels? Do you have people looking for models? Like, how
So
does it
there are
work?
different ways. One is definitely I'm very much on digital platforms, so I keep posting all the opportunities that comes my way. Secondly, I think the biggest thing is the word of mouth. So when I work with these models, and they see the benefit, they see that yes, it's worth giving a try, and they talk about it with their friends, and then people come. So I think it's that ripple effect which goes with word of mouth. And thirdly, I'm very much involved in the community. So wherever I
Cool.
go, I talk about my business, and that's what I
Yeah, I
get
think
them.
one of the biggest things with models, and, like, some people don't know is some of them have careers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to school or they're lawyers or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, and then some are just looking also for, like, extra money too. Like, they'll do,
Yes.
like, a
Yes.
golf tournament or they'll do
Exactly.
different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have
Mm-hmm.
all that available.
All that available, and sometimes it's just a bucket list. Especially when I see females of my age, they used to model in college, and now they have their full-time jobs. They want something which can feed their souls, right? So I help them also get on that platform.
Talk to me about the Fly Showcase.
So Fly Showcase, as I said, it's this annual event. Till season 3, we used to do it only in Dallas once a year. But then the models had to wait throughout the whole year to be
Um,
featured. Then I started partnering with LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. So now the pro models who are already trained, experienced, I take them to different platforms. So that's Fly Showcase is all about. So it's an overall modeling school with platforms for fashion weeks, commercial modeling, or if they want to go into pageantry.
have you seen a lot of like the youth just being procrastination
Mm-hmm.
or maybe like a lot of self doubt because I've experienced
A
that
lot
as
of them,
well.
a lot
Like
of
it
them.
just or maybe they're getting into it for like the wrong
Uh-huh.
reasons or different
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like how
Mm-hmm.
do you guys coach that or like help
Yes.
that? Okay.
Yes. The first thing I work with them is on the mindset, building that from here, right? You have to believe that you're beautiful. You have to be confident, accept yourself the way you are. And then I mentor them on the runway coaching, the posing techniques, and everything comes thereafter. But first is getting rid of that self-doubt, because that what you said, procrastination, that comes because someone told them that you're not beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
someone told them you cannot do this. So I make them believe first in themselves.
How does a model, I guess, decide that they're gonna do that? Is it just kind of I've had,
Uh-huh.
I've dated some very beautiful women, right? And
Uh-huh.
it's just a situation where like somebody kind of like yourself was like, oh well, like I'll try this,
Mhm,
or
mhm.
somebody's like it's kind of like a challenge, a personal
Mhm,
challenge, like
mhm.
hey, like maybe I can get
Mhm.
into this magazine, or
Mhm.
now it's more photographers. There's a lot of
Mhm.
photographers that
Mhm.
want to shoot,
Mhm.
and you have to screen out where they want to
Right.
shoot, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
then where do you kind of see the different levels? Because you're
Mhm.
talking about like a very
Right.
high level
Yes.
versus somebody just going to be in like a
Exactly. So I'll tell
magazine.
you the whole process. The first thing, when someone reaches out to me that I want to do modeling, the first thing I do is a discovery call where I sit with them either in person or a Zoom call for 30 minutes, where I'll probe them a lot of questions, because I first want them to reflect why they want to do. Is it just because they saw someone doing, or they really want to do it? Once I have that clarity, then I make a roadmap that there are three opportunities. One is you want to go into runway modeling. The second is you want to just do commercial modeling. Or the third, you want to go into acting or pageantry. So once they are clear about what is their goal, then I give them step by step process. And then, because it's a modeling school, we coach them first to
Mm-hmm.
be runway ready. I'll not put them on runway unless they have completed all the, uh, you know, uh, beginner things like walking, posing, building a comp card, building a digital presence. Because I don't want then a girl, after working on her, she says, "Oh, I'm not comfortable on social media." If you're a model, you have to have a digital presence. So once I talk to them, I give them the whole clarity that this is the kind of investment you need to do for coaching, and this is the kind of efforts and time you have to put. Because if you want to shoot with photographers, you will still have to get your makeup done. You will have to show up. People think modeling is very easy, but it's not.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of levels to it.
There are a lot of levels.
And then, it's not very easy for somebody to be like, "Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I shoot girls.
Uh-huh.
Come on over, or we're gonna
Uh-huh.
go to a hotel or whatever."
All
And then
right.
like that's not
No,
where
no.
you want to
I
start,
also ensure
right?
to make sure that they are
Protection,
safe and
right,
protection, and tell them all the things to make sure to check the red
right,
flags. Yeah.
right. How young is too young? Like, how young do you guys start out at?
So my youngest this year, actually, till last year, I had a 5-year-old, but this year,
Oh,
a 4-year-old girl walked the ramp. The mom
wow,
said she is so expressive, and she wants to walk, and she nailed it. So the youngest
wow,
so far I've worked is 4 years old. The the oldest that I worked is 75 years old.
wow.
She walked at in our season 3, and she used to model in her college days, and now she's getting older. She said, "One last time I want to walk and see my husband,
Mm,
cheering for me." So
wow.
she got all her grandkids and everyone. Yes,
That's
it's for all
really, really, really
ages.
cool. Um, how does, a student get from, or even, let me back up a little bit. So,
Hmm.
somebody that's starting that young, like,
Hmm.
do you see a lot of like ego, like,
Hmm.
kind of going through, and like, is there a way that you guys kind of
Hmm.
not massage it, but help bring it back to like a little bit of reality?
Right. So I'll tell you. So with an example. So I had two girls. They started their journey together. Both were high school girls. And then one of them invested more time, effort. She used to come every Sunday because she was so passionate. So, what happened when we sent them for casting calls, auditions? The one who was practicing every week got selected, even though the other one was also beautiful and, good. But the casting call in that she didn't get selected. So she felt upset. And, they tried to put those tantrums and they were together. They started together, but one grew further and the one was left behind. So in that case, I ensure, being a life coach, I work with them, sit down with them, and tell them that you have to accept what is coming along. The casting directors decide who goes further. So I prepare them not only for winning, but also for failures, that just one no doesn't mean the end of your life. Because I don't want them to take it at their heart and make it a whole life. It's just a part of their life.
Yeah, I don't know if you. I don't know how I ended up watching a clip of this, but like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader thing, and there's like certain different
Uh huh. Uh huh.
series and all that
Mm
good years. I ended up seeing like a bit of it. I don't know. I was at the
hmm.
bar or something, and they were doing the call, right, and all the girls were up on the bleachers, and they're like, okay, we're picking, Susan and Sally, and like,
Mm hmm. Mm hmm.
and some of these girls were like absolutely crushed. I
Mm
shouldn't say girls, but women were absolutely crushed.
hmm. Yeah.
And like I know that you see a lot of that as well, like just like
Mm-hmm.
you were
We
saying.
always see that. We
Yeah.
always, and it's not just in the modeling. Anywhere that go in corporate world, wherever, the best ones get picked, and the other ones, they just start living with that self doubt. And that's the reason I started this journey, because the self doubt was the first thing. And I also have a story, because I also evolved by my self doubt. I had a lot of self doubts in my life, and then my daughter, when she started her high school, she had lots of self
Wow.
doubts. So, working with myself and my daughter, I think that gave me a purpose to work with these girls in the fashion industry or the other fields.
Do you come across like a lot of parents that also get into it, like kind of like a soccer mom kind of deal, but like
Mm-hmm.
more like into the modeling thing where you get
uh,
into
Not always, but yes, parents
sometimes,
definitely, when there
yeah.
are high school girls, the parents are really more into and they are more concerned. But I think once they know me, they get to know me, they are very safe and
More
secure, that
relaxed.
I trust you. And then they kind of trust on me that.
I know you've written a couple books. Are you have another book on the way shortly?
My third book is coming up
Okay,
soon. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, let's talk about a little bit about that.
So, the first two books, I always write nonfiction. The first book talks about how to fight with Monday blues. The second one talks about, even though the name is I Am Unstoppable, it talks about how, being in a corporate world, you can still be an entrepreneur, intrapreneur, what that means is. So, the third book is coming on again, simple life lessons of life, but how to simplify them, because no one has time to listen to long lectures, and we listen, we get inspired, then we don't apply in our life. So I run a series on most of the social media by the name Wednesday Voice,
Nice.
where it's like quick 1 minute of a motivational bite, which you can apply in your life. So on that only, I'm coming up with my third book.
Nice. I like that. I like this question that you posed to me.
Uh huh.
Um, and I've been kind of thinking about it. One piece of advice you'd offer to anyone, young or old, who's trying to find their purpose in life.
Mm-hmm. I think the one message that I want to give to anyone is that, first of all, believe in yourself. We are all creations of God, and we are all beautiful in our own way. We all have our own story. Do not compare your present with someone else's present, because someone might be elder than you, or they might have done a lot of things. No one is overnight success. So, first, believe in yourself, love yourself, and then keep growing every single day.
Good. Loving yourself is something that I've been on a journey for a little while
Mm-hmm.
because it's difficult. It's
It
very
is.
difficult, especially on social media, especially with the negativity that's in this
It is.
world.
It
It's very
is.
difficult
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
take a moment, reflect, love
Yes,
yourself.
exactly.
But that's awesome. Neetu, if somebody were to try to find you or want some more information or wanted to become a model,
Mm-hmm.
how would they find you?
they can first of all go to the website flyshowcase.com, or they can check us on Instagram, again, Fly Showcase, or on Facebook, Fly Showcase. Otherwise, they can just directly call me. My number is always on social media. It's 469-988-4134.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful chatting with you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.